What up, everybody? I am finally back with these reviews. Back reviewing Precure. It has been a while since my last review. God, when was I reviewing episode 18? God, it's been up to like a month, I think, since then, or two. Probably a month, cause so about that now 26 episodes. So that makes a total of 8 episodes. So tomorrow will be 9. So I got 8 episodes of you today. Not 7 now, because I'm reviewing this one. I'm reviewing episode 19 of You and I Love Precure. The official debut, the proper debut as a Kill and Kiss. I say proper as in our trio will know who they are now. So let's get into it. So the episode was out with Uta narrating about recapping what they know about Kill Secure and Kill Kiss. As then the episode continues where we left off with Idol chasing Kill Secure and Kiss to be their friends, while Wink and Kyun are chasing after her. Eventually they lose sight of them. All Idol wanted was to be their friend. But you just question, you're not picking out who they are though. Idol has another question. Why is she finding the Kyun so familiar? After the opening, which I didn't notice till now, but Precure and Mirror are not in the intro. I mean, yeah, they are. I know that. Well, I mean, it's the segment, a specific segment when they fight in the Macaranda. That sequence, you can see them in the back. That's pretty interesting. I never noticed that till now, or was that added recently? I don't know. So anyway. After that, Uta. Sorry. I think a joke. Uta is really has a key on the brain. Ends up trying to draw her. Turns out, not that great. Then she's looking at the camera, and she's worried about Precure. As we see Precure end up going past the window mirror and stopping her to take her back somewhere. No dialogue there. Guess they've got cold lines. After that, Uta shares a concern with the others. We wonder what happened to them. Trying to get some information on them, but he hasn't been back yet. As we raise Kokoro come up with a theory that Precure got in so much trouble, her hair's all messed up. More than it usually is when she gets in trouble. So it's quite funny. And she says Tanaka ended up getting half their punishment too, since he's responsible for her. And it's quite funny. And that's when Uta's when Mikoto shows up. I think that's her name. With who's a journalist. And she does not look or have the same name as any of the previous journalists in the previous series. We've seen it's kind of running joke in the franchise. The first one we see was all the way back in Yes Precure 5. The second version came years later. As you say, she's more of an adult version. They could have just made her an adult version of the character. That wouldn't make any sense though. Anyway, her journalist friend's name is Sugi. She works for a magazine called Vroom. Something Coco's heard of and she's a fan of. Lately been publishing stories about the Idol Precure. And Coco was saying she owns it according to the subs. which is completely confusing. I don't get it either, but so go Mikoto. So she wants to find out their identity. Then she wants to find them, give them, since they know nothing about them. Uta feels enthusiastic about this too. So Akira's joining on this one. But Mikoto can't, she's busy with other stuff. So after that, Mikoto so he has a question now. Kills she has her own way of tracking. Anyway, it's comedic. She's like a dog sniffing around. But that's when Uta ends up realizing something. If Sakura and Kiss are like them, then they'd be able to transform too. They only just realize this now. Even Coco points this out. Why do they just realize this now? I say my favorite Q in this season is gotta be Kokoro. She's just the most funniest. And she's more relatable too, as she gets insight about what it's like being a fan. And she's just being a fan. So it makes her a very relatable character. And it's been particularly like Sakura Kiss on Maruel and Purion. It's just so obvious. We knew about how the story was going and everything from episode 6 from a while back. So that was pretty obvious. So, Toy, if you want to make sure you make Susan Kills a character we know, don't make it so obvious. You know, I think this is a character who's called Yui in Princess Precure. I don't know, that's her name. But you know her, the pigtails and glasses. I bet people thought she was going to be the mid-season cure when the series debuted. She was around, but it wasn't a bait and switch this. But they learned the lesson from Toy did learn a lesson from Doki Doki. And did make a bait and switch. They show possible candidates. Not just her. So it's not a bait and switch, and she is resourceful on her own. So anyway, oh yeah. Anyway, Precure's identity must be protected. Must not be revealed. So community, they have to try to find them. They have to find Sakura and Kiss first. Before that, but Coco wants to ask. She just questions if she's just doing this to find Sakura. Since, she's got skin on the brain. And, well, Utoramet said. You did not expect that, that was funny. But it's so like Calvin, she's an idiot. Here's a question, why are all the pinks goofballs? I actually want to see something different for once. There's something wrong with goofball, but I think you should mix it up, something like Yu-Gi-Oh did. With 5 days having Yusei Fudo, who's more a serious protagonist in a way. As in, he's not goofy like Jaden and Yugi. They have comedic moments or expression stuff. But Yusei's more serious, the comedy being around coming from the people around him. I want to see something like that for a video. Not super serious like Makoto was in Doki Doki, but serious. More makes of Sora when she wants to dream her go be a hero, minus the goofiness. And makes him other goofiness. Focus a bit more on the seriousness. Both have a bit of comedy in the background. Don't have to be sticker mud. I'm just saying, I would still be funny, but gags coming from her friends and stuff. she takes her dream very, very seriously. That could be the comedy, how she takes her dream. Our dream is very, very. She takes it just very seriously. That could lead to good comedy. But that's just my idea. I'm just saying, like, Toei has experimented with different ideas of protagonists in Kamen Rider. But yes, we had a serious protagonist like Takeshi Hongo. But over the years, sometimes we get protagonists that are goofy. Because I've never seen the original Kamen Rider, so I don't know how goofy he is. But in his show, whatever, it's more. Well. So the show, whatever, of Kamen Rider, it's more about the tragicness, the sadness, the tragedy. Yeah, these characters. What Heisei changed that. Not being cyborgs anymore, but now as heroes. I mean, yeah, original Kamen Riders are heroes too, but I'm just saying they're no longer cyborgs. That plot was getting stale. Cyborgs becoming Kamen Riders. I can understand why they changed that. Kamen Rider went on a sort of hiatus in the 90s, with a few movies coming out, but that's just about it. Because after that, Cougar came out in 2000. Thanks to Reignition and Shotari Shinomori properties. So, I can get off topic. Imagine doing a Sentai parody episode. Like Precure has some Sentai episodes before, especially in 2021 with Jungle Rouge. As I didn't notice at the time when I reviewed it, but the episode actually gave a reference to a Sentai season. As in the episode where what was her name? What was the EO's name again? I completely forgot. It's been a while, so I completely forgot her name, but you know her. Her debut episode after, she appeared in episode 1, but her proper appearance with the interaction with the kills and stuff. Yeah, she thinks about a power weapon or something. And we just gave reference to Jack Dane Geek Tai with their finisher. Since back then, Sentai did not use giant robots until 1979. There's a reason for that. If you're not part of Sentai fandom, guys. Anyway, after that, so Ultra decides to leave her. Meanwhile, Cutty was listening to Secure and Kiss's performance. He isn't trying to hide it from Chokiri or Chukiri. As he says, he's not like Cutty. He won't have his heart kill Kira. Get what I mean? This is the enemy and stuff. So basically, Chokiri sends him out to get some Kiwakiri. Cutty on the job. So when they're looking, Uta comes up with an idea. They might have civilian force and stuff, so she creates a sketch of what it might look like. A very good sketch, but a bit splashy. So just something to do with ribbons. Yeah, Uta doesn't know why they're familiar. As they put it in a mirror by above Nick. As Mara's trying to make sure Pruitt is a spot Uta. Anyway, a person with that sad look passes by. You don't see their face. You wonder it's Kilsakune. And Tsurugi shows up. Over here, a bear conversation saying that might be Kilsakune. So you go talks to the person, but it turns out to be a man. And well, he looks kind of similar to the sketch, the exact sketch Uta did. She's not good at sketching. a prediction about the characters, about that person's outfit. That's pretty interesting. Like I say, I think we don't know this guy's name or his voice actor, but I think he's a secure fan. Why else we have the exact same look of the? Why else we have the exact same look? As that, I'm sure he was inspired by it. It's quite funny. And Cutty shows up after Ugi splits from the girls. So it makes a Kuriyamida out of her. Blue goes to shut down and goes after it. Uta's still searching around. She decides to come and look for her. Then starts spotting Precure and going the other way, so Uta goes after her. And her friends are priority right now. With Nana and Kokoro chasing behind her. Right? And Camille's wipe. Uta talking to Precure. So Melora shows up. And this one. But still, probably they end up transforming. I mean, come on, it's predictable. We knew this was going to happen. Alright, Marin still has a memory, so what did she give up? Uta. So, the transformation is pretty good, fluid. I like it. But I like Mastery and Kiyohama when they're together. I don't want to say their phrases. It certainly has separate screens. That's why it's a little more complicated for me. That's why it's not part like my usual transformation reviews. The episodes where they was transformed the first time and stuff. So that's the reason why. Until I can find an image of a sprint screen put together, the two transforming, and with their phrases and stuff. Well, we've seen the Supreme forms are pretty good. Shame we haven't seen. I don't think we see them now. I would love to see that because it's a possibility. China gonna set it up perfectly. Very strong QQ land can take on a human form. So that was set up perfectly. So I don't know why. Maybe they can only transform for now. Most likely when they get a group when the time the group transformation starts, they'll be able to transform to human form. Or something. I don't know. I really hope they get a human form because I really want to see that. That way she can handle. That's why she's on hyped. After transforming, after so her parents are nice, just like a regular friend. But when Precure becomes cute, she looks older. Similar to Q, kind of like a different Cure. Because normally when fairies transform into Precure, they always look like middle school. They always look like teenage girls. I am not kidding about all the fairies we have seen. They always look young, like kids. Granted, some of them were kids. Like Milk, she was. Actually, no. She's like kind of younger than Coco and Nuts. Yeah, I guess my age works differently. I know, it's just kind of weird. And that's one of the weirdest relationships in the entire series. And you say Killfleet kind of becomes older. But, so she's a berry. They're cute, and there is a character who's technically a fairy, but also technically not. Yeah, I'm talking about Agri Cure Ace. She technically is, but technically isn't at the same time. Yeah, I'm not going to go over much if you've not seen Doki Doki Precure. But, for reasons, it's kind of complicated, but she's technically not human, but also not a fairy, technically. Why am I saying that? Again, it's revealed to us in the final arc. And episodes I've not really seen much of, because I've only seen the English dub Glyphos Doki Doki, which is heavily cut from the Japanese version. Even adding some plot holes. Which I think I'll do when I actually talk about the dub. I plan to watch the dub first before checking out the Japanese versions. Not because I'm doing it for reasons. If I can find a way to watch the Precure with Precure English dub, be cool. Because not much has changed. Only names and tags were changed. That's all. A different opening, but everything's faithful to the Japanese version otherwise. So maybe that one will count, but I don't know. I didn't go up the dub, but I seen a bit of it on YouTube years ago. I even had Netflix. There's someone uploaded them online. I seen all the clips was Doki Doki on YouTube. So, yeah. Sorry. I like Kill Secure and Kill Kisses designs. There's so many boys are pretty cute too. It's rare for a Precure to have black hair. It's really informed. I guess since it's animation, they don't want to have characters have plain old hair. Why not just keep the characters regular hair colors though? I don't know. I get it's animation, but I'm saying the live action Sailor Moon did a good job since it's live action. The characters have their hairstyles, but more realistic in a way. They're just their regular hair. The actress's regular hairstyle before transforming into their sailor forms. And the hair matches out of the manga and anime. So anyway, Sakura and Kiss really badass. I mean, the kills are surprised to find out who they are. And Sakura is quite funny. So we see their sub-attacks. Involves their lockets. Basically a key and a lock. Someone that's pointed out before. But they're part of their sub-attacks. But yeah. So I finish off their attack. Defeating it and rescuing Tsurugi. So Zachary disappears. Tsurugi wakes up, despite Sakura kiss and gives a kill. And basically asks for an interview and they agree. And sometime later the interview is over. Thanks so much. Uta's happy that Puri is in the de-transforming. Uta's really happy. But Puri obviously doesn't remember her. I kinda wish we had a consequence. Like what if Sakura and Kill Kiss could not Sakura and Kill Kiss could not transform back to their fairy forms? Like, what after becoming Precure to become a human permanently? That would be something unique and deal with a consequence, as they probably would never be able to go home as they're stuck in this form. Go back home. That'd be a good tragedy to focus on, but nah, they didn't. Real shame, that would be a great idea for a story, but oh well. Like, Uta's shocked to know that Puri doesn't remember her. And Marilyn just. When I question Marilyn, she basically just says she's not answering that or something. And she and Puri will leave. End of the episode there. The next episode will deal with that. And Shade of Memory loss only lasts like a bit more, few episodes. That could be a whole angle to do until the final arc. That'd be a great tragedy to focus upon. Well, in the end, did it. Real disappointment. But anyway, that's episode 19. I enjoyed. I like Precure. I'm definitely continue watching till bed. So, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy my content. Please thumbs up. I want to see more. Subscribe to the channel. Look at your update of this culture. And I'll see you guys later for episodes 20 to 26. Kill Phoenix out.